Hey, Brett Contreras here. This video is going to go over different types of rotational core exercises, specifically different types of chops and lifts and Pallof presses. But this is something that I think a lot of people just kind of gloss over. They see it and they just don't think it's that effective. But once you do it, when I make people try it, trainers, coaches, they're always amazed at how effective it is. And one reason why I like these so much is you really get a lot of power into it, but it doesn't just work the core muscles as far as, pelvis to rib cage muscles. It also works the hips, the glutes, glute medius, upper glute max. You can, I'm going to show you how to tinker with different variables to make the exercise more challenging for certain reasons. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a cable lift. So there's a lot of different ways you can do things. You can do things standing in, kind of an athletic stance here. This would be called a parallel stance. You can do things in a staggered stance, so either way. You can do things from your knees. This would be called tall kneeling. And you can do these from a half kneeling position like this. I think my favorite would be half kneeling. I want to say, give credit real quick. I learned these from Gray Cook, and he has a special bar that he made. It's called the Cook bar. I'll be using a rope when I do this today, but I have a Cook bar back home, and I freaking love it. I think it's one of the most amazing pieces of equipment for rotational training. It's unbeatable. So the Cook bar is super long. It attaches to the cable, and you get a lot of torque in there because of how long it is. Anyway, you can still use a rope, and here I have, this is like an Eric's pad here, so it really helps to have something to kneel on. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is a cable lift, half kneeling, but see if I take a wide stance like this, I kind of get spread out. Now I can go heavier because my base of support is widened. So from here, I can really go heavy. I can crank this up. So there's never any slack in the rope. I bring it like this and then press it. Okay, now I'll show you with a narrower stance. And I'm going to get my base of support lined up. So now it becomes more challenging for the hips. This is hard to balance, okay? So just two different ways to do things with a wide base of support and a narrow base of support. As you can see, this, for a lot of beginner clients, this here is just challenging staying in this position here, and then you add stuff to it, it makes it even harder. So again, the lift is starting low and coming high. The chop is opposite. So here's a half kneeling version, okay, from here to there. And then you could do it standing, staggered, okay. And also, I can change the angle, the orientation of my body. So if I want, I can now go more straight out like this. So it's different when you're having the direction of the vector, load vector coming this way compared to coming this way. So here's all these different ways to toy around with it that I'm showing you. Okay, now I'm going to move it up to here. All right, I can do all the same things. So half kneeling, wide base. Okay, this one I can go a little bit heavier. So right there, I feel it in my glute big time. The rear glute is working overtime here, and also through the core. All right, so notice when I do these, my outside leg is forward, and my inside leg, this changes when I go to chops, okay? So, trying to think of some different things. I can do it more orientated from this direction. Okay, awesome exercise. All right, and now I'm going to show you, obviously you would do both sides. If I did 5 reps on this leg, I would switch and do the other leg too. And then, now I'm going to show you chops, okay? Chops, I'm going to do the other way. I'm going to have the inside leg forward and the outside leg backwards. So this one, go a little bit lighter here. This one. Okay. Half kneeling. And I can change the angle, aim more this way if I want. So you can toy around with all these different variables. There's no kind of right and wrong way. As long as you're just feeling it working the right muscles, you can go low, you can go medium, you can go high, you can do wide base of support, narrow base. Again, parallel stance, tall kneeling stance, staggered stance, half kneeling stance, and then you can do kind of facing, I guess this would be called like, I guess you'd say parallel with the cable stack, or you could do it facing away from it, facing perpendicular to it. So there's a lot of different variables, and now I'll go over the Pallof press real quick. This is another awesome exercise here. And I'm going to show you a wide stance and a narrow stance. So here's the Pallof press. I can go from here. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to have a narrow stance and just go straight out, hold it, come back in. Okay, now I can also go super heavy on this. Okay, that's like 66 kilograms, so about, that's like 150 pounds. And I can get a really wide base of support. Okay, come here, and now I just kind of, okay, so you can see that's really tough. Get a wide base, you can go super heavy on it, and then the last one I want to show you is you can do a Pallof press to overhead, come back down. So, lots of different great rotary exercises. I really like these ones because they work your core, abdominal and erector muscles, and at the same time they work your hip and glute muscles. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot for watching.